Hey, so I made a video a while ago about me going to. I don't remember the fucking details. I'll just do a rehash of the situation. I made a video about me doing martial arts as a form of self-support, and the reason why I was bringing this up is because I have to take. You see how his tail's down? That's not cool. His tail should be up. This is an unhappy dog. In 15 minutes, it is the deadline, and I leave to take him to the field so that he can play. And we stay there for an hour and a half or an hour, depending on how it's working out, every day, and we play and we exhaust them. So while I'm there on the field, at that point of I'll do martial arts was like a way for me to I don't know, make it easier, make the experience easier, because I believe that playing with them is so much work. So much of that, it's so difficult, this is never gonna end. Why does it have to be like this? I don't want to face this difficulty. Just me not appreciating me or taking the responsibility to deal with my life in a way that is effective proportionately towards the consideration of what matters and what needs to get done. So, it's all like a matter of perspective, of course. That difficulty isn't like real difficulty, it's just some fucking mental shit that I'm stumbling with. So, martial arts was a point to, oh yes, I enjoy martial arts more, I'll go there and do martial arts. Well, as it's turned out, not really possible, because the dogs, their interaction with one another is extremely specific, and it requires my constant attention on them to adequately stimulate them. So martial arts is kind of like out of the picture, which is a shame, because I do enjoy my punching and kicking is very very cool. So yeah, a little bit fucking selfish of me maybe to previously only consider martial arts and what I enjoyed. But what I've noticed with playing with the dogs is even there, while I'm playing with the dogs, what should be the most natural and easy expression in my life, playing with the animals, for Christ's fucking sake, became also extremely difficult, but in a very interesting context, because I believed that I was getting something done, and this point has been confirmed by others. This point of feeling like I have to produce something, I have to make something good, or I'm bad, or I'm negative in some kind of a way, I'm worth less because I'm not producing something. So my application for playing with my dogs becomes this thing where I'm trying to make my body stronger, and I'm trying to, every movement is me trying to look cool and on top of things, and I'm just totally fluid and in control of everything. And yes, there is nothing that can come into my world that I can't deftly and skillfully control with my sheer physical masculine prowess, and that fucking bullshit. So it's like, and what's interesting about that is it's the starting point is one of energy and me believing that I have to charge the symbolic value that I've assigned to completing my assignments, completing my mission for the day. And it makes it difficult, because it makes something that could be so easy and so simple very difficult, because I literally will exhaust myself. I'll hurt my body, I'll hurt my joints, I'll just be throwing my fucking body around all over the place, and just crazy shit, so that I can win, and then I'm just exhausted and out of it. And it actually supports my depression, because that moment of yes, I finally have completed things, I'm finally good enough, that doesn't last. And then I'll be back in a situation again 40 minutes later where I have no fucking clue what to do, no idea how to handle myself, no desire to handle myself, because what I've allowed myself to do in order to handle this, oh no, I'm not good enough, I'm not producing anything, no one's giving me attention, I have no idea how to handle myself, I'm just bleeding out and falling apart and deconstructing, and oh my god, it's horrible. What I've allowed myself to do in order to handle that experience of depression is to go into this state of tunnel vision, where my entire focus is getting something done as like it's really fucking like not cool, because I will fucking and have done like horrible things to the dogs in my pursuit of being a good dog owner, which is like the most fucked up thing that's ever happened in my life, is that point. So it's like this tunnel vision, brutal, intense. I must get this done. This is why I'm here, is to complete this task. God help me. So that like, none of that's necessary. I'm just there to play with the dogs. It's about keeping the dogs happy. There's a point that I will probably make another video on, is keeping my dogs happy. It has taken me 4 years of trial and pain and unnecessary tears to get myself to a point where I'm able to effectively communicate and care for my dogs. Because I believe that caring for them was somehow, it was just my mind projected out onto the world. My mind and my opinions and feelings about myself projected onto the world, and believing that things weren't right unless my relationship with the dogs was controlled and dominated in such a way that I was able to make myself feel better about me. If that wasn't happening, something was wrong, and I was doing it wrong, and I wasn't good, and I was a bad dog owner. So, I mean, obviously it fell apart. It didn't work. The dogs, we couldn't communicate. And that's just like so fucked up. So that's like the secret to caring for dogs, if anyone out there is having trouble with their dogs, is point number 1, is it's about keeping the dogs happy. That is the most important point to consider in my relationship with Sanchez and Shiva. It's not about me being able to control them or make them the perfect dogs or train them in such a way so that they can be able to be perfectly, I can care for them in the perfect, like, spoiled rich white kid kind of way. None of that bullshit. It's just about, are they happy? What do they like to do? How can I help them do what they like to do? They know better than me. It's like, just kind of like an obvious common sense point with the animals. Alright, so that's like, yes, how I fucked up playing with the dogs, which is just so simple and so easy. I just do it, and then it's over with, and then I move on. Okay. So that kind of came out like a little bit crazy, but I'll just put it up as it is.